Now in our 6th year, this is GabNet, the Great American Broadcast Network. Talk like you've never heard it before.
Hey everybody, this is the Ramble and this is Alex and we're on tonight. We don't have any problems technically except that I'm here. That's Stephen Kravitz. What are you all bundled up for? What is that? You look like you're going skiing, are you?
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Right. No, I'm freezing. Hey, nice new backdrop.
Yeah, you like that? It's nighttime here in New York City. And
all the time.
All the time, yeah. Well, the show runs at night, so I'm using that background.
That's very cool.
That's a green screen I got back here.
Yeah.
It's all technical wizardry that I do here. Isn't it wonderful? Anyway,
yeah.
how you doing? Look, you're all bundled up. You're cold, which means that you don't have heat.
No, I have heat, but my bill last month was $300.
I think we talked about that. Mine gets up around $300 too, somewhere in that area. But I've got 2,500 square feet here, and what have you got?
Right.
You know?
Oh, I don't know, 15.
Oh boy. Why does it cost? Is that just the cost of electricity in your neck of the woods, which is up in Massachusetts?
Yeah, it's gas heat, and it's an old building, and it doesn't really heat the whole apartment.
No, I see. It's a gas bill?
Yeah.
I thought gas was cheaper than electricity.
So did I. So did I.
Now, wait a minute. Hold on a second. Number one, you're not working, okay?
Right. Thank you. Thank you for pointing that out.
You're on some kind of disability, aren't you?
Yes.
All right. So can't you apply to the state to get your electricity or your gas for less? They must have some kind of compassionate deal there where if you're on disability, you don't have to pay the kind of money you're paying for gas.
Well, I'll have to look into that. I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. No, I would do that because I can't imagine they don't have some kind of program for that because they don't want like people who are disadvantaged or have disabilities or who are seniors freezing to death during the winter.
I will officially become a senior on Saturday.
On Saturday, you will be a senior?
I turned 65.
Does that make you a senior?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I see. I know at 81 I'm a senior. I have no excuse for not saying I'm a senior.
No, you're an elder cocker.
But it took me a while to say I was a senior.
Yeah, but everything kicks in at 65.
Yeah, but you know what I didn't do? I got just my ego would not allow me to do this. When I hit 65, I was in California. And you go to the movies, and at 65, you can get a cheaper price to get in.
Right.
I refused to ask for it. I just didn't want to admit to myself that I had reached that. Plus, I had a woman I was going out with at the time who was in college.
So, boy, that's the Alex we love.
Well, she was in college. She was actually in her 40s, but she'd gone back to college.
Okay.
But I just didn't want to go in to the theater and ask for a senior and a student, please. So my ego would not let me do that. So for the long...
Well, you did.
And then one day I said, fuck it. I said, everything's... you get things better when when it's
sure,
free.
when you cop to it.
Yeah, exactly. So
I qualify for the COVID virus starting next week.
Oh, really? Oh,
yes.
Okay. You do? All right.
Yes.
That's great. Boy, somebody's trying to call in here, and I've got to remove them. And all these things are coming up. No, I don't want to report it. See that, folks? All that stuff comes up. I'm gonna have to tell this guy not to constantly try calling me.
When he calls you during the show?
Well, this is a guy. I don't know. He's in Norway or some place like that. And anytime he sees that I'm online, he tries to get online. See, there he goes again. Don't admit him. Okay, I won't do it. I'll just let him sit there. Unless you want to talk to him, in which case
No.
I can admit him and you can talk to Norway.
You want to talk to Norway?
Yeah. The trouble is I'm using a format here where everything that comes up on screen comes up on our screen.
Okay. Oh, okay.
But it looks better and it's in sync and everything. I don't want to go into the technology of this, but there's so much technology I have to do that it drives me nuts now.
But you built up a nice studio from scratch.
Yeah, but you know something? I should, at my age, be able to go, how does this newfangled thing work? I don't, I don't have to, anyway. So you're hitting 65.
Yep.
Young little Steven Kravitz, the kid,
Right.
is turning 65.
Who would have thought I last this long?
Well, I mean, the old saying goes, if I knew I was going to last this long, I would have done all those drugs years ago.
Well, I don't know about that.
Well,
I don't know about that.
I never got into it. Did I ever have a problem with drugs is my question. I should ask you, you're the expert. Did I have a problem with drugs?
The only one that knows that is you, Alex. I can't tell you.
Yeah.
You have to decide whether did you have a problem with Coke?
I did Coke a lot,
Did you have a problem with it?
Did I have a problem with it?
Yeah.
I don't know. What happened was I was doing it all the time.
Right.
Okay, and I was watering it down. I only did about, how much? About, I don't know. I maybe did a couple of $1,000 a year in Coke. That wasn't a lot, if you think about it.
No, that's nothing.
But I cut it with stuff, so that it would go further,
Really?
and not be as strong.
Right.
But I still did. I did it constantly. Constantly had this little thing. When you remember the thing with the petcock on it,
Yeah.
the bullet.
Yeah.
So that I could palm it, and even at dinner go, yeah, nobody would see me doing it.
Right.
So I was at that point, right? Now ask me how I quit.
Okay.
Yeah.
How'd you quit?
I moved to Florida.
Wait, you had no connection.
Well, that's the point. I tell people I quit by moving to Florida, and they go, how could you possibly quit? Florida was like where all the cocaine came in.
Right.
But it was just that, number one, it wasn't as easy to find.
Right.
And I just figured I'll stop when I run out. And I ran out at the Florida border. I said it, so I ran out at the Florida border. And then I went to work, and somehow I didn't do it, because I didn't have access to it. And I figured my problem was I never quit because I figured, it'll be really difficult to quit. And it wasn't.
Right.
It wasn't that difficult,
No, it's not. It's psychologically difficult.
Yeah.
Cocaine.
Yeah.
And heroin is physically.
Yeah.
And psychologically difficult.
Well, there's a physical. Here comes this guy again. God damn it! I wish I could just block him. I think I will. But
have you actually talked to him?
Huh?
Have you actually ever talked to him?
Yes, I have. This is a guy that calls the show from Norway, and you can barely understand what he has to say. And his connection always breaks down. And he's annoying. He's just purely annoying. Like right now, I'm trying to interview you, and his name keeps coming up and keeps coming up at the top of the screen up here. And it's only because I'm using a system to do this that just simply recreates the screen. All right? so that
right.
anything that comes up on the screen in here, like if I were to bring this up, people will see it. Watch this, folks. See that? Right. Comes in. I have another system I can use where it's not that way, but it's just more kind of like it's not as in sync as it should be. But I can go to that. I can change that to Kravitz, and then I can go there we go. And now you see, probably I'm in sync enough. As long as we stay in sync, we'll be fine. And then we don't have to see this guy's name keep coming up. So
We're in sync.
yeah. I mean, it's all the technology, folks. All in the technology.
So tell me how you did the green. You got a green screen.
Yeah, I had a green screen.
And then you project the picture on there?
Yeah, I have a what the green screen. You know what a green screen does, right?
Yes.
It basically, in case people don't know, the background here is green. All right. And what it does is that I can then superimpose anything on the green screen.
Right.
And the reason it's a green screen is I had a blue screen once I used. You could use a red screen. You could use any of those things, but you don't, because look at me and look at you.
Right.
Do you see any green on us?
No.
So if somebody shows up wearing green, well, this is green, but this is a dark green.
Right.
All right? So if anybody shows up wearing green, like green pants, suddenly their pants will disappear and this will show up. You know.
I wish I had a pair of green pants.
But what it does is it literally keys me, because if I turn this off, all you'll see is green. Okay?
Right.
So everything that's green has the picture that I select superimposed on it, and there we are. And
now, where else can we be besides New York?
well, I'm not going to do it now, but I could. Well, let me see here. Let me go here. You really want to do this, huh?
Yep. Sure.
You want this. Well, I have to go to the backgrounds, okay, that they have here,
Right.
and then I will have to change them. This one I was using for a while because that's kind of like neutral and not too noisy, right?
Right. Very much.
But if I want to go to downtown New York at night, here we go.
Oh, there you go.
See? Or if you want to go to Hawaii, let's go to Hawaii. Okay? Or we can just use my logo here. All right?
Oh, there you go.
Or we can use that version of it or that version of it. Wait a minute, there's another version of it. Oh, here we go. Here we go. We can do that. All right? Or we can do that. Okay?
That's pretty amazing.
Yeah. So that's our, or I can go to one of my rooms in the house. Here we go. This is the living room right here.
Really?
Yeah, right. You know. So anyway, that's how it works, folks. And back to New York.
There we go.
Yeah.
Phew.
There we are. See? So, isn't that fun?
That was actually pretty exciting. I kind of enjoyed that.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd like to stop in Hawaii.
There goes your phone again.
Yeah.
So let's talk about you turning 65. How do you feel about that?
I'm kind of weirded out about it.
Yeah. What weirded you out about it?
I don't know. You know, when I turned 60, it didn't bother me. When I turned 50, 40, whatever, never bothered me. This one kind of bothers me.
Yeah.
It means I am an elder cocker.
You are an
old
elder.
man.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want to? You'll admit it, of course, to all the places where you get in cheaper, right?
Oh, of course.
But
What are you, crazy?
okay, but now you're out on a date,
Right?
and she says, "How old are you?"
How old is she?
Well, she's let's say 32.
Oh, then I'm 55.
Okay, suppose she's 42.
Then I'm 65.
Oh, okay, suppose she's 18.
Then I'm in trouble.
You know, I mean, it there's an ego part of you, I guess, that keeps holding the age back. I never lied about my age on the air.
Right.
I always, and part of my reason was, I suppose I wanted to be an example to everybody, is that you can get old and you don't necessarily have to lose your abilities, you know.
That's right.
And so on.
Which is very true.
Yeah. I was always very. In fact, I went on the air on a network thing, on a syndicated show a couple of years ago, and I said, I'm going to tell you at the end of the show how old I am, but I'm not going to tell you now, because that will tone how you feel about me.
That's right. Right. First, let me do the show.
So I will let my voice dictate your prejudice about me. All right.
Right. Right.
And at the end, I told how old I was, and I said I don't mind telling how old I am, because hell, it's no big deal, you know.
No, and there's nothing you can do about it.
You know, I mean, I at 81, I could say it's horrible to be 81, and all the aches and pains, and and then I can say, well, I could have been dead at 75.
That's right.
You know, so
That's right.
being 81 is, hey, I'm doing okay. You know.
No, you're in great shape for 81.
Oh, I'm in terrible shape.
Oh, shush.
Yeah.
Oh, shush, you old grandma.
Yeah. No, I mean, I have. When I think about what I have wrong with me, it's not, neuropathy. I had prostate cancer, which is easily taken care of, and
Right.
so nothing that And then I went out and I got the shot. Oh, I'll tell you the best thing with the shot.
Yeah, go ahead.
The worst part about the shot, too. Get out of the car. I told this to my audience last night, and so I'm repeating the story, but I'll tell you. We get out of the car. There's a line. It's going to take about an hour to get to the front of the line, right?
Right.
We get out of the car. We go up to this woman who was like telling people, you go back there, you do this, you do that. And we said, we're here. How long's the line? And they said, oh, that doesn't matter. You're old. Come with us. Come with us. And they move us right to the front of the line, and they say, you go to number 6, you go to number 7.
And that was for your second shot, right?
Yeah, because we went early. I got home before I was supposed to get my shot. So,
But you had the appointment.
Yeah, and I could have said, I'm really upset that you think I'm older. But it was just one of those moments where I said, the perk. I got the perk.
Yeah, you did.
I got the perk.
Late.
And
you were standing in the cold.
what was smart, what we did is we had Marjorie, her leg was bothering her that day. So I said, bring a cane. I said, that might help us. I don't know how it'll help us, but that might help us.
Right.
So she had a cane with her. And immediately it was, older people, to the front of the line you go. Right? And I think it had a lot to do with the, with the, what do you call it? With the cane. So,
It made you look more feeble than you are.
Well, if I'm going to get a discount somewhere because I'm older, fine.
That's the place to do it, isn't it?
But if I'm not going to get laid because I don't lie about my age, I'm going to lie about my age. Of course, now my wife, I told her, I said, you got me at a good time in my life. I said, I've never cheated on you. I said, but then again, I can't. And she says, I wouldn't have wanted to be married to you when you were like back in San Francisco and had the show and everything like that, because you'd probably be cheating on me like crazy. And I said, absolutely.
Without a doubt.
That was my nature.
That was all our nature.
It was very.
We were the kids who couldn't get laid in high school.
Yeah, well, of course, I never could get laid in high school.
No.
But once I got on radio, women were throwing themselves at me. How was I to, when that first happened to me, and it happened in Houston, Texas, I don't think I just couldn't resist it. Okay? Because women never threw themselves at me, and I was married.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I cheated like crazy. I couldn't help myself. I think if I had gotten laid in high school, I would have been a better husband.
I agree.
Would you agree to that?
Yeah, and I also would have, because I was definitely sowing my oats through my 20s and 30s.
Right. But in high school, weren't getting laid, right?
No,
Because you were
not
probably
at all.
that weird little Jewish kid, right?
We're a little artistic Jewish kid,
Yeah. Let me
or
ask
maybe
you.
autistic.
Let me ask you something. And I was thinking last time that I don't like to just talk about me on these things. And I wanted to ask you something. We're going long tonight with you because I always go long with you because you're great to talk to, and
Right.
why not? You were a mime in Paris.
No,
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 I thought you were.
no.
Uh
I studied physical theater
huh.
and corporeal mime.
Oh, now
Now,
wait a minute. Hold on a second. Corporeal mime.
yes,
What is that? Where you let blood or something? What is that? Corporeal mime.
it's where you cover your face.
Oh, I see.
You cover your face, and it's all about isolation and rotation and inclination, like my head. Rotation, inclination, and then
Mm-hmm.
so it's three
But
parts.
what do they cover your head with?
Like what, like a cherry cloth or a cloth you can see through,
Oh, okay.
but you can't see my
Yeah.
face. The body does all the work.
So why did I think you were a mime? Is it somebody else I know who was a mime?
I did pantomime
Oh,
on the streets to make extra
that's
money.
what I heard you say, and I thought you said you were a mime, and I figured you were doing get out of the box, you know.
For the tourists, absolutely. I got stuck in the box every weekend and then pulled the rope.
Can you still do the box for us? There we go. There it is. Wow, you never lose it, right?
Let's hope.
Yeah, but I mean, you had it perfect. You felt there was really a box there when you did that.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I interviewed Marcel Marceau years ago.
He didn't say much.
He just said a lot. He was a great interview.
Oh, was he really?
Yeah, and the people always say, "Did he talk?" Well, of course he talked. That's why it was an interview.
Right.
I didn't say, "So how are you?" And he went, you know.
Right. I'm stuck on the wall.
Yeah. No, he in fact he complimented me. He said I looked like a young Albert Einstein.
Oh, that's a nice compliment.
Isn't it though? Unfortunately, I don't look like an old Albert Einstein now.
No,
But
me neither.
but he was very good. I enjoyed my little interview with him, and everybody was just amazed. He's going to do an interview. Yeah, he does them all the time.
Yeah, I was amazed. I got to meet him at UMass Amherst.
Mm-hmm.
He was doing a show, and I got to meet. I was working with stage crew, and I got to meet him, and that was pretty cool. That was kind of my catalyst to go to France.
Oh, okay.
But I didn't want to study like just See, like, okay, let me give you an example. There's science, right? Science.
Mm-hmm.
There's biology. There's medicine. There's what else? What else? There's other kinds of
Yeah.
science.
Well, anyway. Yeah.
Anyway, so there's meme or mime.
Mm-hmm.
There's corporeal mime.
Mm-hmm.
There's mask mime.
Mm-hmm.
There's three-quarter mask mime.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's pantomime.
Okay.
So pantomime is just a subdivision of mime.
Okay. All right.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that all makes sense. Right.
And I went to there for 2 years, so I'd have that capacity over my body while I was on stage. So I knew stage presence.
Okay, so let me ask you, how does that manifest itself when you're on stage now?
Well, because you think every movement has a meaning behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Like if I start a show like this and I'm neutral, I'm not promising you anything. But if I start a show like this, I've made you a promise. I'm going to do something to the right. So every move I make, like when I'm sitting on the stool, I'm sitting there for a reason. I'm sitting on the stool because it brings me down lower, so I can say stuff a tall comic can't say, like a big tough comic.
Wow.
Like I can tell you to go F yourself, and I'm not really a threat.
Oh boy. Now listen, we've run out of time. We've absolutely run out of time. You are so great. I love talking to you.
Me too.
You're smart, and you're conversant, and you were formerly kind of a mime.
Kind of.
See you next week.
See you next week.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is Stephen Kravitz. Thank you, Stephen.
Thanks, Alex.
Okay.
Thanks, folks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Now in our 6th year, this is GabNet, the Great American Broadcast Network. Talk like you've never heard it before.
And that was Stephen Pearl, our good friend Stephen Pearl. Let there be light. There we go. Okay. I forgot to turn on my lights. I always forget something now. It's getting to be that way, okay? But, who cares? Nobody's watching this stupid thing anyway, so we'll just we'll try our best. Is my face a little pink tonight? Let me see here. I find if I put my hands out in front of me, it changes the color of my face. I don't know. Anyway, we're going to go to the, we only have 3 people up waiting to be on tonight, Oh, boy. Well, why do I do this? Why do I do this? Oh, now we got 4 people. Okay, well, let's do it anyway. Okay, let's open up what do we call it? Our citizen panel. See what happens here. See if we have people here. There they are. They're coming on. Oh, there they go, one by one. Yes, there's Jeffrey Stein, and there's Robert Natali, and there's Dan Meyer, and there is the lovely and attractive Brian Neary, and pulling up the rear, Dr. Doom, Charlie Wallace. Hello, Dr. Doom. Oh, you even got
Dr. Doom.
Oh, you've got.
Oh, wow.
Well, point over. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. I don't know where he's showing up here.
Wait till you see mine, Robert. Wait till you see mine. I came prepared tonight. Go ahead, Dr. Doom.
Anyway, what you do,
Robert, you and I.
Today.
He is over
only 1,016 deaths today.
If you look over, let's see here to the right, to the left and down, you'll be looking at Charlie. See, okay, all right. So then you can put up your Dr. Doom sign.
I was just trying to introduce him.
Oh, okay. Oh, you have. I see you have.
And now.
There we go, Dr. Doom. Would you please give us our nightly Doom report?
Yeah, we had a really good day today. We only had 39,000 new infections and only 1,016 deaths.
Really?
Wow. Lowest in about 4 months.
And that's in the entire United States, right?
Entire United States, yeah.
Wow. So what is it? What is the final number right now? What is the current death number?
Well, deaths right now is 520,000.
Oh, Jesus. God. Oh.
520,000.
If I were a relative,
80,
if I were, holy shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so I listened to your guys' show. I missed it because you guys were delayed or whatever. I listened to it at work.
Yeah.
So while I was at work, during my break time, I will be showing these as I talk. Mm-hmm. So I have, are these right way? Generalizations. Mm-hmm. When I talk, 99% truth. 99%. 50% truth is what I talk about.
Yeah. Okay. I am not a doctor.
I'm not a doctor.
Yeah. Yeah. My opinion. Mm-hmm. Complete bullshit.
Uh-oh.
And racist comment. Oh, WTF. I see sarcasm.
And sarcasm. That's the last one. So when I speak, I will put those up so you know in what vein I'm talking.
I wonder
when he complains about his camera.
I see. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Complete
winning. Oh, whining.
Winning. Is that me complaining about my
when
camera?
you complain about the camera and technology and all like this, I can put that up.
Listen. Last night, I mean, it was it was a clusterfuck here. You know, we had a terrible time getting on last night. Everything went down on me except
the show was really good though.
Except my wife. But I mean, it was horrible what went on, and it almost makes me wonder if I go to the trouble. Now, where is Alan's not here tonight? I hope he's not upset by last night. You know, well, who knows? You know, Alan, if you're out there, please call. You know, because we do have a sign for you. Put it up there again, Robert. Robert, put it up there.
This one?
No.
Sorry. I got that one. Okay.
Not that one either. Not that
one.
That one.
There we go.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Here comes John Larkin. Do we have a
Robert? You and I are like this. We didn't even talk before the show.
No, we didn't.
We didn't. Do we have a sign for John Larkin?
No, I don't think so. Well, it depends on what he says.
Yeah,
you know?
Then we flip it up.
Yeah, we could put up what the fuck, you know.
What is this?
That's always an available option, isn't it?
Oh, and when there's dull moments in the show, we can take a break by doing this.
Oh.
Hey, you guys talking about me?
Then when he asks, does he have COVID? I flash this one up.
Yeah, right.
You know, the thing about Robert is that he does more prep for this show than I do. You know?
Come on, you need like fresh material here.
Well, listen, you know, you say I'm whining about the technology. Last night, you should have been here. It never happens. It never happens at 3 p.m. Okay? It always happens
I wish I could put this under him.
9:30 at night. And the whole thing just went.
Yeah, but Alex, the shit isn't going to go wrong while you're asleep. You know, it's a little like, why does the car only break down when I'm driving it?
But I do other stuff.
I mean, obviously, that's when it's going to happen.
I do other stuff on this computer during the day. Why didn't it go down at 3 o'clock? Why didn't it go down at 6 o'clock? Why didn't it go down at 8 o'clock? No, 9:30.
Hey, at your age, you should be happy anything's going down.
I know. I just made that joke in another obscure way that would upset my wife.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
What?
Oh, hey, I was going to bring up something about Woody Allen real quick.
Oh, yeah. Jesus.
We're Woody. I got a Woody.
Oh, no, I haven't. Oh, complete bullshit. Okay.
Damn. I was saying the Woody thing was bullshit.
Yeah, not that again. There we go.
That again.
That was a joke. I have nothing to say about Woody Allen.
Oh, wait a minute. Put up the sarcasm sign. Oh, humor.
Yes, humor.
Oh, God.
This way we're all on the same page. You know, we understand everybody's intentions.
I don't want to be misunderstood with my friends.
I'm just worried that Alan was a little bothered by what went on last night, and that's why he's not calling tonight.
No, he's got thick skin, he says.
What?
He says he's got a thick skin.
Yeah.
All day long, I walked around the house with a New York Yankees t-shirt, and I purposely took it off because I didn't want to seem like a douche wearing something that said New York on it.
Yeah.
Oh,
so I took it off and changed.
So you were ready to be nice tonight, but now he isn't calling.
Yeah.
Well, that's his choice.
That's his choice.
His choice.
I guess maybe he is thinner skin than we think. Maybe. I don't know.
He might be doing something.
He just had something come up.
He never does anything else. He's always here. You know what happened to me yesterday?
Because I don't remember him.
Did you see the interview with I just did with Stephen Kravitz? And somebody kept trying to call the show.
A Norwegian.
Now I do that.
We know who.
I do that interview at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay, there's no way I'm doing a show. Okay, but I use the same number, right? Because I'm not going to pay for 3 or 4 numbers every month for Zoom. I pay for one. Every time somebody's calling, it comes up here, okay, and it shows up on the screen. Mm-hmm. And this guy kept calling, and I kept hanging up on him. He kept, during the interview, kept calling, and I had that Richard Johansson, you know. And I finally had to write him and say, you know, just stop it. You know, I wasn't doing a show. You know that. You know. So, you know, that was who was calling. I very seldom get anybody else calling while I'm doing an interview of sorts, you know.
Maybe he knows your car warranty was expiring. I know you don't have a car, but he's worried.
Oh, I always play with those guys a lot.
Yeah.
Just to make sure you guys know.
No, because yeah. I
have a new car, and they're talking about the warranty of my old car.
This almost looks like some kind of game we could create.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hollywood Squares.
You know, I haven't done my new segment idea spot in a week, so maybe tomorrow or Tuesday we should work on more new segments or new themes. Because I know you love theme shows.
I love theme shows. Theme shows are just the best.
Robert, you're not going to get paid for this gig. Is this?
No, I understand that.
You understand that? Okay, I just want to make sure.
Listen, I used to, when I first got out of college, I was a freelance writer, so I'm used to not getting paid for gigs.
Yeah. Hey, Robert, I was going to say, have you done radio? You got a little bit of showbiz in you.
I did radio in college.
I did too, college radio.
Alex was my idol. I wanted to be Alex.
Yeah.
Then I found out a little about him, and I thought, "Fuck that."
There are certain things.
Everybody wants to be Alex.
There's certain stock items in radio that morning show hosts do that I made sure I never did. One was called the Horrible Scopes.
Horrible Scopes.
Yeah, Horrible Scopes. It was like horoscopes, but it was just horrible horoscopes. The Horrible Scopes. And there's one that Jack does, and I don't want to demean Jack by saying that I never did it, because I did do it one time, and then I decided that everybody else in the world did it, and that was birthdays, celebrity birthdays. You'll never find me doing celebrity birthdays. So, Jack, it's all yours. You know.
You know what segment my wife misses the most? Quickies.
Well, I can't do quickies here.
I understand that because we don't have callers.
Well, I do. I have you, but it needs to be that a lot of people are calling and I'm picking up the lines fast.
Right.
Yeah. And I couldn't even do that here with Skype or with Zoom or whatever, right? You know.
No. We could just all scout stuff.
I forgot about that.
No, but it was a thing. In case people don't know, Quickies was a thing I did started years ago, and I did it. And it was, I would go to the phone and I would hit a button. The lines will all be ringing. I'd tell people we're going to do quickies, and the lines would all be ringing, and I would go, quickies, and then somebody would do a quickie. Something really quick, like, I never liked your mother, and then we go to another quickie, you know. And, you know, get yourself a job, Alex, you know, next, quickies. And I would go through these really fast, quickies, and they were supposed to be no more than like 5 seconds long. That was the other rule. And I did it, and I did it for years. I did it over at WMCA, and I did it, I think, at WPLJ, and it was a hallmark of what I did. But I just got tired of doing it, and I was the kind of guy who, if I do something too much over and over and over again, it's time for me to get rid of it, you know. So I got rid of quickies. Well, over the years, people stole quickies.
Yeah.
Including Hannity stole quickies. Hannity stole
Mike Malloy.
Mike Malloy did it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I just, at one point, I just went, well, I'm never going to do it again now, because if I do it now, somebody's going to say, oh, you stole that from Sean Hannity.
Yeah.
So I just never did it. And then all of a sudden, one day, I decided when I was when I was over at Sirius XM, I'd start it up again. And how I announced doing it was that I was doing it, and everybody should understand that I did this years ago. And that I never stole this from anybody. You're going to say, oh, Hannity does that, and Mike Malloy does that, and so does that. I said I was the one who invented it. And I just stopped doing it. And I just don't think it's right of me to not do it again because it is mine, you know. Mm-hmm. So we started doing it again over at Sirius. But you hear how that goes. It's not something you can exactly do with Zoom.
No.
Okay?
Yeah.
So yeah, but if it were a way I could do it, I would probably do it. If there was a big enough audience to do it with. But when you only have 3 people listening to you, that's a pretty boring quickies. Yeah. It kind of becomes slowies.
Yeah, it becomes longies, yeah.
Mm-hmm. You know, so, I mean, what the hell? You know, I just, so that's why I don't do quickies anymore.
Some of the quickies used to crack you up. Like some of them were pretty inventive.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Some of them used to lay me low.
Yeah.
You know, and there's nothing better than a great quickie.
Right. No, you're right.
And the thing is that most quickies were kind of mediocre. But,
yeah, they burped or some stupid shit.
But the reason why people stuck around for it is you were waiting for that one great quickie.
Yeah.
Which is kind of like what life was all about, too.
Exactly. That's what happens when you go to Central Park.
Yeah,
you wait.
Yeah. What was that path they used to walk in Central Park?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't that called the Ramble?
The Ramble, yes.
Yeah.
Well,
so that's what this is.
I think when I started the Ramble, it was Albert who said, "What is this? A gay walk in Central Park?"
Yeah.
But that was called the Ramble.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was called. Or was it called the Rambles?
Right.
Right.
Yeah. George Takei mentioned it when he was on Stern.
He should. He should remember it. Oh, here comes Alan. Yeah, we wonder what happened to Alan. Stern mentioned it. Really?
Yeah.
Here comes Alan. There's Alan. The reason he couldn't get here tonight is he just got off the plane in Hawaii.
He flew to Hawaii.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hawaii? Oh boy!
Look at that. He's going to get a suntan and everything.
I tell you, leave my nephew
to. Did your nephew do that? Did your nephew?
Yeah, he doesn't like the junk in my office. I don't either, but he puts these backgrounds on and he leaves them on.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I should do that too, obviously.
Maybe I could blame it on Robert.
Sure.
Yeah.
Here, Robert, you want to look up for a second? Where you at? I got a sign to hang up. Let's see if I can get the sign in the
we can't see it because
of your background.
Let me get rid of this. How do we do this? Let's see.
You just go up to the shield, the green shield, and then go over to the preference. There you go. You got rid of that. Maybe you might want to soft focus yourself so you don't.
Okay. See what this says here?
What was that?
Sarcastic comment.
Oh, okay. You got that. And he's got a sign. They've all got a sign.
We all have to get our own signs.
Okay, when you say something sarcastic, hold it up. And if everybody else holds theirs up, then you win.
Oh, okay.
When you say something sarcastic, I'll hold this up.
Not that again. Okay, no problem.
See, this is a game show now.
You know something?
Yeah.
Oh, you missed it last night, Dan.
I know.
Paper, scissors.
I heard it today.
Uh-huh.
And I was upset that I missed it because I felt for the show's not on tonight and I went to bed.
Well, the show almost was. What happened last night is I finally got everything working about 10 minutes of the hour. And I went, oh, well, I'll just go on, see if anybody's out there. And we did a little show. But it was impossible for me to get on last night. Everything went wrong. First, the whole computer went down. Then I had to pull out all the USB ports to get it to boot up again. And when I got it to boot up again, all my cameras looked weird. And then I turned out one was stop it. No, but here's what I found out. I was having some kind of a problem with my on-the-air light because it was smeary. And then I realized, then I cleaned the lens, and I found out I hadn't cleaned my lenses in so long that there was some kind of blurriness there.
Alex, tell the truth. You thought it was time that Brian spent time with his family.
I thought so, yeah.
Unless the Warriors lose, jeez.
No, it was a loyalty test, and fuck you, Brian.
That's right. You failed.
I don't know if anybody. Yeah, really.
I thought you were all like, "All right, go to bed. So let's do the show."
Yeah. I just got off the phone with Comcast. They're so easy to work with.
Oh, really? Is that why you were late?
Yes.
What was the problem with Comcast? Comcast
they're my internet provider, and I had no internet, and I've been dealing with them for hours. And they finally got me, so I don't know how long it'll last. They're going to replace the modem on Monday.
Really? Well, your modem doesn't seem to have had a problem before.
No.
Well, I'll tell you.
It's 5 years old, and I have to pay a rental fee for it. Let them replace the damn thing.
There are times that we have bad service. Like you try to call Comcast, and then you got to put up with them for hours and hours until they solve the problem. But occasionally, something wonderful happens in this whole thing, right? And what I did yesterday is I decided that I was going to change the way I got my drugs, I decided a while back. As I was going to go to Costco to get them. And you can get them online. So I signed up online, and they said, you want it to be transferred from your drugstore, this particular prescription. I said, sure, online. And I filled all the stuff out. And then I get a call from them saying, we have a problem. We don't have a phone number. The phone number doesn't seem to be answering at your pharmacy. And I said, well, what number do you have? And it was the wrong number, and I gave them the right number. Okay? And they were so nice to me. I mean, they were calling me over one little $25 purchase I was going to make. And then yesterday I decided, well, what the hell? I'll order 3 more prescriptions from them. Why not? One was going to be a little more expensive than if I bought it from Express Scripts, but cheaper than if I went down the street and got it at my drugstore. And the other one was much cheaper, like $20 cheaper. So I was making $10 on this whole deal. And they called me to say, well, this one drug you have is a what do you call it? Drug?
Psychotic?
No, no, like a narcotic. It was
heroin, controlled substance.
A controlled substance.
Okay.
And that they were going to have to call my doctor about it in order to get it. All right, and that might take a few days more than the rest of them, if I can wait. And I'm going, gee, that's so nice. And then they said, and by the way, this one is 120 milligrams, not 100 milligrams like you wrote in there. And I said, oh, okay, great, terrific, And then I sat and talked with her a little bit, and I asked her a few questions about how I can move stuff back and forth, and it's so cooperative, I couldn't believe it. And they're not like going to make a fortune out of me. Maybe over the long haul they're going to, but I'm moving all my drugs over to Costco, and it's so cheap. The prices I'm getting are the kind of prices I'm getting when I've got insurance. And this is without insurance. I'm not doing insurance, because if I do insurance, they're going to charge me the deductible. Mm-hmm. I don't need the to pay the $450 deductible? Fuck you.
Wow.
Their drugs are so cheap that I cannot, that without the deductible, I mean, even if I pay a little more than I would get usually if I had paid out the deductible, it comes out better in the end. So I just say no prescription drug thing. And quite frankly, I think I'm going to stop even getting a prescription program, because if you go to Costco and buy your drugs there. They are cheaper. And also, go get a good RX card. Mm-hmm. Because you get the good RX card, and you can't do it at mail order at Costco, but you can go to the local Costco, give them your good RX card, and they'll take another $15, $20 off of the bill. I mean, it's amazing how cheap their drugs are. Now, let me give you an example. I take a thing that's a generic Cialis. Not for getting a boner, it's for making me be able to pee. All right? Gives you a
5
boner.
milligrams.
Getting a boner is
sure, okay.
Well, okay. But it's not covered by my new insurance. It's not covered by my new insurance, but if I want to get it, I can get it, but it's going to cost me $425 for a 3-month supply. $425.
The generic? Jeez.
Yes, for the generic. All right?
That's because of your deductible.
Yeah, I've talked about this before. At Costco, online, ready for this? $25 for a 3-month supply.
There we go.
Now, will you tell me Express Scripts is one of the biggest prescription drug insurance companies? If I'm not mistaken, I think they're considered the biggest in the country.
If you go online, they're one of the biggest ripoffs too.
Oh no, but they should be able to get the best prices on drugs. Does that make sense? Because they do such massive amounts of business. Yeah. Why is it, number one, they don't cover it? When they did, it cost me $125 for 3 months. And over at Costco, it's $25. What is that all about? Yeah.
They're giving to Trump?
Yeah, that could be. But, I mean, does that make sense? No. There has to be... When I was years ago, they used to have a channel on cable where they just ran drug prices. This is true. They used to run drug prices and compare them. Here's this drug. Now here's this drug at Costco, and here's this drug at it wasn't at Costco. And it says here's at this drug, and at that drugstore, and at that drugstore. And I noticed all the prices, and the difference between drugstores was as much as $100.
You can do that in your neighborhood, I'll bet you.
Well, what I'm saying is I don't understand it. It doesn't make sense to me. And there are a few other places you can get cheaper drugs. Kroger's. If you have a Kroger's, you can go to Kroger's, and it's cheap, and it'll be cheaper than your insurance company will sell it to you. And they're going to want a deductible, so they're going to tag that onto the price of the drugs.
My deductible is a killer every year for drugs, $75.
Well,
I don't have
la-di-da.
You don't have one, yeah.
$50 deductible.
I think 75 is reasonable.
Well, my union left us out in the cold on that one.
You should have had some fun with them when they said, Mr. Schwarzman, this is a controlled substance. Who's your doctor? You should have said he stands on the corner of 112th and Broadway.
No, they didn't ask who he was. They had his name and his phone number because it was on the prescription. Okay, so they just said, we'll get a hold of him and we'll find out, but it will take a while. And on your second prescription for any of this stuff, when you renew it, we have to call the doctor and get a new prescription and stuff. But we'll do that for you. We'll do that for you. And I'm going, is this any way to do business today? Aren't you supposed to be harsher than that? Aren't you supposed to be more invasive and troubling and so on? No.
That's Costco for you. They do a good job and they do it friendly.
Yeah.
I wonder how much normal Cialis would cost. Just take normal Cialis.
Yeah.
Alex.
Yeah.
At every turn, it's like Costco's always like they pay their employees well. They're always doing the right thing. So
yeah, you had to buy 6 years worth of pills though.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Alex. So the Cialis, fake Cialis you're taking to help your urinary tract, the prostate thing. It's like 5 milligrams, right? Or
5 milligrams.
Correct? 5 milligrams.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't take it, but I have friends that do. So if you ever get in a jam, No, this is true. If you ever get in a jam, I might have friends. So
I've never been to a whorehouse, but I've had friends who've been to one.
Yeah.
Okay.
I never did cocaine. I never did cocaine. I just asked, could I smell it?
Yeah.
Complete bullshit. So you can ask for the 10 milligram size from your doctor in generic and split the pills in half. And
No. It's not the same for some reason. The 5 milligram for some reason is the 30-day dose where you take it every day. Okay. Yeah. Whereas the bigger ones are somehow made and compounded in a way that you only take them when you need them. You know, you take them when you want to get the.
Well, how are you gonna take one before you need to take a piss? Is that the deal?
No. I take one every morning.
A piss or a pill?
I'm having a bad time here. Yeah, it's humor. Yeah. Yeah, at my expense, however. You had your hand up there, Charlie.
Yeah, I was going to say, at Walgreens, 1 month supply of Cialis supposedly costs $325. But my copay is only $10. So insurance company pays the rest, so I just keep...
Your insurance company pays for Cialis?
Yeah.
Yeah, mine won't pay for the what do you call it? What is not Cialis, but it's called Tadalafil.
Tadalafil.
Like yeah. Do you get Tadalafil?
That's what I get. That's the $325.
Yes, that's the $325 one. Yeah.
Hey, it's been 15 minutes.
Okay. Wait a minute. Hold on a second.
Well, I like how everybody's talking about how they get boner pills, but no, we don't get them for boners.
Yeah, I mean,
they don't read Playboy for the articles.
I got boner pills, but I don't need it for boners. I did it for another reason.
Read the articles in Playboy. That's why I get Playboy.
And my temperature, 98.2.
Wow.
Now I think the reason it's 98.2 is because I've been sitting under these. I've been had my hat on.
You know, we're on to something here. This is the funniest show we've done in a long time.
Wait a minute.
Yes.
Wait a minute.
Oh my God.
Okay.
And chest pains.
There you go.
Okay, you sure it's not that second COVID shot, Alex?
99.3.
Yeah, he's 99.3.
I don't know. I think he took 2 of the Cialis by mistake today.
Wait a minute. 99.4. Now you see. Now you asked me to do it, and now I'm worried.
It looks like a full moon in your background.
Huh?
There's a full moon in the background.
City tonight.
99.2. What is this? 98.1.
Put it on your dick and see it.
97.3. What is going
I'm not a doctor is perfect for you, Brian. You should have thought of it months ago. Before I came on the show, they were asking you every COVID vaccine question.
98.8.
Alex, there's a full moon in your background now.
Yeah. 98.1. What? There's a full...
Maybe that's what's causing the problems.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Oh, it just cooled down.
When I sit here, I warm up for some reason.
The moon just went away.
Sit on some ice cubes.
I don't care if I have a temperature now. I know I don't have COVID. Okay.
You sure? I mean, they're only
shut up. Don't get me started.
You might be that one person.
You would have to do that temperature check, wouldn't you?
Just sit on some ice cubes. You'll be fine.
You go sit on some ice cubes. You go sit on an ice cube. Yeah. Why do you have a sarcasm sign that looks like that?
Because I printed it out on something so you guys got used to it, so you didn't have to read it. I didn't know how it would read.
Oh, I see.
Well, you got to put it up when you talk so we know.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Well, I was talking about Alex. I wasn't talking. So.
Yeah.
Well, one of these days we'll be able to do this electronically and just type it, and it'll right above our head in our screen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I think it would be more fun if we could put signs in front of other people's square.
Oh, goodness sakes. Yeah.
Well, you see, if all of you got the same program that I have here, and then ran that into your thing, into your
browser.
Put up. There he goes again.
Into your Zoom.
Okay.
See, I mean, what you can do is there's a thing on OBS. It's a free program, by the way, that you can get, OBS, that says Start Virtual Camera. And what it does is it makes a virtual camera that then you can use in OBS. And then that will give you pictures of people, like stuff and everything. Wait a minute. Let me. For instance, if I start the virtual camera, okay.
You know, the interesting thing is the non-virtual camera makes you look fine.
Watch what happens to me when I do the virtual camera. Watch this. You want to see what the virtual camera? Watch this. Watch this. Let's see. There. That's the virtual camera. Again? You see?
I'm Alice.
Huh? Yeah.
I'm Alice.
That's the virtual camera. So anyway, that's how you do virtual camera. Okay. That's coming up, by the way, on my video, so I want to get rid of that. Let's see here. Is this the one, Brio? Yeah. Is that it? Is that it? Okay.
OBS, huh?
Yeah.
Not irritable bowel syndrome. That's
an I. That starts with an I. You're not a doctor.
IBS. Yeah, don't punch up IBS.
Yeah, it's irritable bowel syndrome. Irritable Bennett syndrome. Anyway, so I can do that. See, so what you could do is you get one of those OBS things, then you could just put your picture up, but then anything you want to put up, animations, drawings, whatever, you could actually put
I like what you're doing, Dan.
For the virtual camera.
Well, black and white looks kind of good, doesn't it?
Oh, wow.
It does.
Wow.
You don't look a day over 70.
You can do it on the... And yeah, there's other filters here too, like pink or whatever this is.
Black and white.
Your walls look better.
Yeah. I fixed my, see?
Oh, very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But you didn't make your bed today.
No, I didn't make the bed today. I'm sorry about that. I'll make my bed tomorrow, I promise.
You left some tissue off the side of the bed too.
If you had a wife like I do,
Here's a movie theater.
Ooh.
Oh, I hate Zoom. I hate the toys they give you on Zoom.
That Zoom that he's doing, my
yeah,
camera will do things like that. I'm finding out.
Yeah, you can do
but
it.
But I do like the black and white. I think that'll work for me this evening.
Yeah, black and white is cool. You expect John Garfield to walk into the picture any minute.
Yeah.
Right. Didn't he die of a heart attack in bed?
Oh no.
Yeah, I think he did actually.
I think he did.
Yeah, he absolutely did.
I was going to say it'd be kind of funny if he walked in, since he's dead, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah. But anyway, okay. Well, the show's almost over. So.
Brian always looks so orange or blue. Sometimes he's got an orange light, sometimes a blue light.
Well, he doesn't have a light on him, is what the problem is. He's got more light in back of him than in front of him.
I got LEDs on the front too.
The same thing with me. That's why the Zoom thing's.
So when I was on my laptop, it was in the kitchen. The lights were right above me, and now the light's off to the side, and it looks better, I think. Except for you get to see my messy office.
That one effect, Brian, it should be called Roxanne, right?
That one?
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, that's nice. I like that.
Well, let's check in with Jeff. He hasn't said a word all night.
I know. I've been just laughing a little bit.
He didn't bring his signs.
I know. Paper.
Not allowed to speak.
No.
Well, I guess everybody should bring signs now. That's a requirement of the program from here on in.
I know. I didn't bring
homework.
I guess I'll have to make up some tomorrow.
We have a game show working here.
Yeah.
The
We almost have Hollywood Squares
signs he can hold up.
You know, I wish there was something political to talk about, but there's nothing really going on, is there?
Well, I think it was kind of cool that at CPAC, the Republicans outwardly talked about suppressing Democratic votes.
Yeah.
Outwardly.
Yeah.
They didn't hide it at all.
Right.
You know, it's not even a backroom kind of whisper thing.
Didn't they say something to the effect that if we don't suppress them, they'll win?
Yeah.
Yeah. They got the balls of a safecracker, these people.
Sure. I'll agree with you. No, and that's not sarcastic.
Yeah. Well, yes, Jeff has his hand up. Everybody shut up. Jeff?
Everybody shut.
All right. I can never figure this out. Here's all these people who are being interviewed, and they're senators and congressmen and whatever, and they absolutely lie and say bullshit, and it doesn't mean anything else. And the guy who's interviewing goes, and thank you very much for coming.
They don't challenge them.
They don't have signs.
Yeah. You're lying at me.
Jeff, you're muted. We can't hear you.
You know what they should do, Jeff? They should have a new show on Sunday afternoons. You know, like Meet the Press, and they have Face the Nation. They should have another one in which they bring on politicians and hook them up to a lie detector.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
electricity.
And then, okay, let's see if you're telling the truth.
Right.
You know.
Or they have a host, and the name of the show is I Call Bullshit. And every time the politician says something that's not true, the host just yells, I call bullshit. And they have to look it up.
Or the host can push a button and they get a shock to the seat of their pants.
I would pay to see that.
But they had that one Facebook page that was it's called Now This Politics. Yeah. And whenever Trump would talk, they would pause it whenever he would lie, and he would say, that's not true, this, and this. Yeah. But I stopped watching it because it cut up so much.
Oh, yeah.
It kept stopping so much. It was really irritating.
You couldn't make head or tail of what he was saying in the end.
Do you know what I got? I got the new thing they've got on, what is it? Oh, God, what is it?
Costco.
No.
We were talking about.
No, I'm trying to remember what it was.
OBS.
First word.
You know,
bigger than a bread box. Bigger than a bread box.
Sounds like.
Anyway, it was I forgot now. Something completely threw me off. Something technical here for a second threw me off.
You hear about the Republicans are making the clerk of the House or something or the Senate read that whole bill
word by word.
Yeah, and it's like I'm saying, why don't they hire a speed reader to just fucking go through it in like half an hour?
Yeah,
because they would get the Republicans would get lost in the first paragraph.
They're not even there listening to it. Yeah. They're not even in the fucking chamber.
They had an interview today.
Remember the guy?
It's a troll. It's just a fuck you.
They had an interview on CBS this evening with the QAnon shaman.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
I saw that too.
His excuse for why he was in there was that he was invited in by the guards. They just said, "Come right in, see the Capitol."
Yeah, I think that happened.
I don't think so. Yeah. I don't think when you just smash down their door, they go, "Come on in."
Oh no, I there wasn't too much resistance.
Why didn't they just ring the doorbell and bring them in? You don't need to break windows.
What they should have done was shown up with a pizza and says, "Pizza delivery."
Yeah,
absolutely.
Did you ever notice? Did you ever notice QAnon's flag is 50% of an IQ?
Very good. Very good.
Good humor.
Didn't even have to hold the sign up. We knew it was funny.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like you never have to explain a joke when it's
sarcasm or irony. Irony.
We never have to explain a joke when it's good. You know what I hate? What I always hate are comics. Bill Maher does this all the time. They tell a joke, and then they laugh at it. And it's like, you don't have to laugh at your own joke. If it's funny, people will laugh. Okay? Let them be the deciders on whether it's funny or not. But Bill Maher drives me nuts. Every time he tells a joke, he'll tell a joke and he'll follow it with
yeah.
Even if he didn't write it, he's read it already. So if he read it the first time and he laughed, the second time he would laugh, right?
And there are things that I was talking to my friend Checky today, and he said, I've given up trying to get pissed off at stuff. And I said, why? He said, because it's just taking up too much of my time. There's just too much stuff to get pissed off about, and why should I get pissed off about everything? And we were talking about, one of the things we were talking about was yesterday when Cuomo gets on television and he goes, okay, you know, if it made somebody feel bad, then I'm sorry it happened. It wasn't meant that way. I didn't mean to be that way. But if it was taken that way and the person was bothered by it, I'm sorry, I apologize, and I feel very bad about it. Now, also, please, will everybody just wait for the Attorney General to make a judgment as to what happened in this situation and not sit around trying to speculate and to prejudge me before that? Give me that much. And he's through. And as soon as we go back to MSNBC, what are they doing? Well, you know why he was terrible and why this was terrible when he did this and he put his hand on the VH. And I'm going, did you just hear what the man said? He just asked you to respect his right to be heard. You know,
that's not good.
Not the style of the media in this country.
Right.
Yeah, but I mean, it was just terrible. It was horrible. You know, so I mean, I'm not going to sit here and defend Andrew Cuomo because I was never that hot for him before this whole thing, and I think he handled it well.
Marjorie is though.
Huh?
Marjorie is.
Marjorie likes him, but she's, you know, in recent weeks we've had some questions about his handling of this whole thing, you know. But he's right. You know, wait for the Attorney General to come out with her report, and let's see what that says.
And
but
we can trust that.
You know what I brought up to him, and I also brought up to Marjorie tonight was, it's a long way from Bill Cosby date raping women with drugs, okay, and him coddling a woman's cheek. You know, I mean, and we're equating that with rape.
But he was coddling a woman's cheek while it was on his dick.
No, that wasn't the case.
Bill Cosby, he raped, and it's a legal thing, and he's in prison. With Andrew Cuomo, there's nothing legal. It's just some people think, well, maybe he should resign, which I don't think he should. But
all I'm saying is, do we really diminish what happened to these women who were raped and truly molested with what Andrew Cuomo did? Do we cheapen it?
Cuomo's not going to jail for.
Yeah.
No, but he may lose his job over it, and there's a whole bunch of stuff going on here. But all I'm saying is that just wait. You know, wait for the report. Let's see what happens. You know, exactly. I saw the picture of him. Have you seen that picture of him holding this woman's cheeks?
I didn't.
And all I could think about, I don't think he was molesting her, but I think that was not a safe distance to be. You know, that he was.
I think he was adjusting her jaws.
And then I said, you know, and then it turns out it was pre-COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, the thing is that, you know, women.
But isn't it interesting today that when we see somebody holding somebody's cheek in a photo, we go, oh, you know, how could you do that?
Well, you know, it's about like respecting a woman's personal space, that kind of thing.
Well, yeah, but I agree with that. I agree that we should all respect everybody's personal space.
Right.
Okay. But, you know, it's a question of you know, some women, if Andrew Cuomo did that to them, would go, guess what? The governor came on to me. And other women would go, I felt upset by it. It bothered me. You know.
And that's the thing. It's if the woman is upset by it, then the woman is upset by it.
But it wasn't like he put his finger in her pussy or he did anything that was sexually aggressive. Okay, and yet we're equating that with people who have raped other people, you know, and I just think that we should respect those people who have been raped and who have truly been put in a terrible situation and have had an incident which scarred them for the rest of their life. We should give them a little more dignity and respect than to cheapen it by saying that him asking a woman if she's ever gone out with an older man is akin to the same rape this other woman had.
It's, you know, this is just a public opinion.
What difference does it make if she's gone out with an older man? You ask her if, after the older man got going down on her, did he put his teeth back in? Sorry,
hold up your sarcasm sign. Hold up the sarcasm sign.
Sarcasm
what sign? What?
Yeah, no shit. How about this? Everybody on the show probably knows what a CPAP is. So
I do.
What does a CPAP and CPAC have in common? A lot of hot air.
A lot of hot air. Thank you very much. Is a CPAP put out with hot air?
Getting ready to put that one up there.
Yeah, that was.
God, I don't have any signs at all here. There's nothing I can even use as a sign.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Here.
Oh, there you go.
My Medicare card. No, it's my Medicare card.
With that, you get into the dance.
Did you get the Social Security number? I got the first 4 numbers.
There's
Alex's Social Security number is 6.
Yeah. What is that you've got there, Dan?
It's they sent it to me in the mail. Prescription drug savings card. I don't need.
Okay, so hold that up. That's your card.
Hold on. A little closer.
Wait a minute. Yeah. Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Dan, does that mean your marijuana that's delivered to you, or does that mean
okay, Alan? Thanks for bringing that up because.
Yeah, geez, he almost made a whole show without putting you down about marijuana.
I'm not putting the marijuana down. You guys don't get it.
Okay, I don't know you that well, Alan. I know a lot of people on the show, but in the time I've been off,
so let me clarify.
Okay, hold on. The first interaction we have is a couple weeks ago. Alex, there's a guy smoking marijuana, drinking beer, and that's the first impression I get. And whatever, but okay, sure, you're being sarcastic, but still, I mean, you're an ex-cop. I'm thinking, did you work in narcotics? Were you narking people out all the time?
Absolutely. Here's the thing, Dan, and I'll say this to everybody on the show. Sure. I am not against an adult using marijuana if they want to.
Okay, I never had any.
For Dan, you don't need that sign for Dan. Sure. I might bust your balls on it, but I don't care. Yeah. I've never cared. You don't find people under the influence of marijuana attacking cops like people that are alcoholics or drunk or high on other drugs.
Because we don't leave the house, we sit and eat pizza.
I think most police across the country are probably pro marijuana.
Yeah, I'm sure. There are big marijuana busts around here every once in a while. They're definitely.
Well, it might be state law there, but I'm just saying personally.
Oh yeah, they don't care.
I don't care if you smoke weed or not.
Yeah. Oh, I don't really care if you care.
Well, yeah, I was going to say I don't care if you care either. I'm going to smoke it anyway if I want to. Yeah.
And the stuff that I have is this legal stuff that I was talking about. But anyway, but still, it's like, the first addressing that of you and I that we even had was you snarking me out for smoking my legal stuff there. Mm-hmm. So there.
Right.
Now we're clear.
Okay.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. So who had his hand up? Yes, Brian.
Sorry to bring this back to Cuomo, but I just see this picture of him with that woman, and this is like an action shot. His hands are blurred, his face is blurred, so it's like totally taken out of context. And it could be something bad, but if you grab somebody's face sometimes, you lost so much weight or something, and you don't know the context of that.
Well, look. He comes from a generation whose parents, for instance, as an example, were touchy-feely. Okay? Italian family, touchy-feely. If Tony were here, we'd talk about it. Tony would say, yeah, touchy-feely. Yes.
Same here. Yeah.
Yes, Robert.
No, that's
me. That's you.
That's me.
Yeah.
Same here.
And that you show affection to everybody. you know, and some people might take it wrong. Now, this woman who was talked to by him, he was putting the make on her. There was no question about that. But what's the difference between putting the make on somebody and courting? You know, asking those little courting questions, feeling a person out to see if maybe there might be a chance for you to, you know, and for them to respond in kind. You know, if they don't respond, then you get on with it. It's not like when she suddenly seemed like she wasn't interested, he jumped on her anyway. You know, that wasn't the case.
You can always, let's see if I can figure out where to put this thing. You can always say, I was checking for cancer bumps.
Wait a minute. Hold on a second. I think a sign's coming up here. Yeah. Or
a lot of them.
Complete bullshit. There we go. Now, can I ask you something, Brian, and also Robert? Were you in cahoots with each other today?
No.
This was like two people with the same mind.
I'm not allowed. I'm not even allowed to be Brian's Facebook friend until he gets down to 1,000. He told me that. So I'm waiting my turn. Well, I would gladly be his Facebook friend, but he told me he's trying to get rid of people.
Hey, I'm
Facebook. I said on the show. No, I said I got rid of people I don't know. I know a lot of people from cars and from this and from that. People I don't personally know, but I personally know you. I'll reevaluate tomorrow.
Yeah. I'm looking for Facebook friends. If anybody wants to,
reevaluate tomorrow.
Somebody to talk to.
I mean, I put in a check for everybody that's on the show, and the only person that I haven't got a comment from is Jeffrey.
Jeff's been very quiet tonight.
Facebook and rather make me a friend or say delete.
But if Jeff weren't here, I would feel the show was off.
I didn't get a request from you, Alan.
Really?
No.
Oh, okay.
I would have said yes.
I'll go back and look.
I didn't get one either.
I'll go back and look, Robert. I'm pretty sure I.
Well, you know, I went on Facebook when I go below 5,000 friends, which is the maximum. If I go like to 4,999, all of a sudden I have hookers trying to become friends.
Yeah.
It's like this
all the time.
It's like this massive thing that happens. And so Robert, I immediately go and find somebody that I think on my list that that I have like 100 other friends with who might be interested. And I immediately get that slot filled up because I don't want these hookers constantly bombarding me.
No, huh?
No.
I had Robert's last name spelled wrong.
Don't send me pictures of yourself if you've got really big tits and I can't touch them. Okay, you know. I just find it annoying at this point, and it's useless too. I mean, what am I going to do? Am I going to jerk off to your little picture? I'm sorry, I'm not going to.
Your pills again?
I can find much better pictures than yours to jerk off to. Okay.
Well, if I were Brian's friend, we could have coordinated our sign.
Well, the fact that you kind of came dressed the same way, as it were. I think it's amazing. And now John Larkin hasn't said a thing practically all night.
Connection between you guys.
You want to say something, John?
Maybe.
Okay, next.
That's pretty good.
I think what John is trying to say is his printer's not working.
No.
I have a lot of people that watch the show and ask to be friends on Facebook, which I'll say okay. But sometimes, like the people who are on the show, I don't want to because a lot of times I post a lot of garbage, just stupid stuff on there. So as long as I will accept everybody and I'll ask everybody to be friends. If you don't like my stuff, just delete me. I don't care.
I hate where you bring somebody in that's the opposite politically, and they're like, yeah.
I know.
If they're obnoxious, I delete.
People I haven't even talked to since high school.
You haven't deleted me.
Yeah, well,
I'm naturally obnoxious.
Hey, Jeff, thank you for being so talkative tonight.
Well, this is.
I know. That's okay. I love having you here. You know that. Same thing with Robert. I love having him here. I feel the same way about Dan. not so much. Not so much. Not so much for Brian. Okay, not so much for Brian. Charlie, thank you so much. John Larkin, thank you for being here. Normally, you're really talkative tonight. You were kind of quiet. And, of course, Alan, thank you. And I'm glad that you and Robert didn't get into it with each other.
Hey, this was fun. It was a lot of fun tonight.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
My chest is hurting.
Yeah, give yourself a big wave goodbye, and I'll wave goodbye at you as we go off into the sunset, ladies and gentlemen. There they go. There goes the citizen panel. Let me get rid of them. There we go. Jack Bishop is next over most of the same Gabnet. He's here with The Intersection. He'll be taking your calls on Skype at Gabnet Live. Gabnet Live. In the meantime, I'm going away, only to come back again tomorrow night. Same time, same station in life. And in the meantime, as always, if you see her, tell her I love her. And by the way, be safe out there. Wear a mask. Good night, everybody.